If you're buying a home in Vancouver in 2026, the question you should be asking isn't where are prices right now, it's where the city is going to be building over the next 5 years. Because the answer to that question is exactly where home values are going to compound the fastest. And you don't want to be locked into the wrong neighborhood. By the end of this video, you're going to know the 3 places Vancouver, Washington is putting its money, where the city's new 20-year plan does to those neighborhoods, and which one fits the kind of home you're actually trying to buy. I'm Dustin Hutley with Envoy Mortgage, and this is the kind of breakdown you don't usually get from a loan officer because loan officers don't read zoning maps. I do. Let's get into it. A few weeks ago, on June 1st, the Vancouver City Council adopted a new 20-year comprehensive plan called Our Vancouver 2026 to 2045. That plan goes into effect on July 31st. So in about 4 weeks, the rules for what can be built where and at what density change across the entire city. Here's the part you actually need to know. Vancouver is projected to grow by about 81,000 people by the year 2045. That requires roughly 38,000 more homes, and the city has zoned for capacity to add about 44,000 new housing units over the next 20 years. Most of that growth is going to land in 3 concentrated zones. I'm going to walk through all 3. Where they are, what's being built, who they fit, and the financing angle on each one. The first zone is East Vancouver, specifically a 179-acre site near Southeast 34th Street and 192nd Avenue. It's called Section 30. There's a master plan in place that includes residential, commercial, mixed-use buildings, a plaza, a forested park, and a school. There's an existing 700,000 square foot industrial building that's being improved and incorporated into the development. And there's been a wave of new residential proposals in that area in the last 6 months. A 138-unit apartment complex proposed in February. Multiple new subdivisions taking shape. If you want suburban style growth and new construction, room for your yard, and a brand new school district forming inside the development, Section 30 is the zone to look at. The financing angle on new construction is its own conversation. Builders often offer rate buydowns, closing cost credits, and sometimes lot premiums to move inventory. Some of those incentives are real money. Some are wrapped into a higher price. Don't take the builder's preferred lender at face value. You can use any lender you want, including not the one they steer you to. The second zone is Central Vancouver, specifically the Heights District. This is the former Tower Mall area along East Mill Plain Boulevard. The city just broke ground on May 27th. The plan is roughly 300 affordable homes in this district over multiple phases. The first phase, at sites C and P near East Mill Plain and Divine Road, is 184 affordable housing units plus a market hall and community commercial space. Construction starts in 2027 and completes by 2029. There's also a federally funded intersection improvement happening right now and a project called the Grand Loop starting in spring 2027. If you're a first-time homebuyer in Central Vancouver and your household income is somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000 a year, the Heights District is something you need to be paying attention to right now. Before I get to the third growth zone, I want to flag something most lenders won't say out loud. The reason this kind of local breakdown matters isn't just where you buy, it's that buying near a city-led redevelopment is one of the most reliable ways to ride an appreciation curve up over 5 to 10 years. The infrastructure dollars are committed, the construction is happening, the neighborhood character is going to change, for better or worse depending on your priorities. Most buyers find out about all this after they close on a house. The buyers who find out before they close can use this to their advantage. Okay, now for the third zone, the waterfront in downtown. There's an existing waterfront district along the Columbia River that's been built out over the last several years with restaurants, a hotel, housing, and a park. Next to it is a 6.4-acre site called Waterfront Gateway. That development was amended at the start of 2026 to respond to changes in the housing market, and the first phase is targeted for completion in the first quarter of 2027. This is the urban, walkable, premium location, downtown condo life play. Different financing rules apply. Condos have project approval requirements that single-family homes don't. HOA fees in these developments factor into your debt-to-income calculation. Rates can be slightly higher, but waterfront and downtown property in metros like Vancouver has historically appreciated faster than the surrounding suburbs, and being walkable distance to a working waterfront is a very small list of addresses in this metro. If this is making sense so far, please subscribe. I drop one of these every week, and they're the kind of local breakdown nobody else in the industry is willing to do. Now let me tie all 3 back to the comprehensive plan. The plan does one big thing that affects every house in the city, not just the 3 growth zones. It replaces the city's 17 existing residential zones with 10 new districts. A lot of land that used to be zoned R2 or R4, which only allowed large lot single family homes, is being upzoned to allow duplexes, accessory dwelling units, and small multifamily. That means the lot you buy in 2026 might have very different development potential in 2030 than it does today. This is good news and inconvenient news at the same time. Good news because your lot may be worth more long-term than its current building reflects. Inconvenient news because the neighborhood you bought into might feel different in 5 years than it does today. The practical thing I want you to take away from this video is before you offer on a house in Vancouver, look up your lot in the new zoning code. The city has an interactive map online. You'll find it on the City of Vancouver website under Planning and Development. Spend 5 minutes on that map and you'll know more about what you're buying than 90% of the buyers competing with you. Here's the quick decision frame for which of these 3 zones fits which buyer. If you want new construction, a yard, a school district forming inside the development, and you don't mind a longer commute, look east, section 30. If you want urban revitalization, affordable housing eligibility, ground floor entry into a district the city is actively investing in, look central, the Heights district. If you want walkable downtown, waterfront proximity, condo life, and you're comfortable with the financing nuances of condo ownership, look downtown, Waterfront Gateway, and the surrounding district. The one mistake to avoid is buying in any of these areas without understanding what's coming. The other mistake to avoid, the bigger one in my experience, is not buying at all because you don't realize how much is actually coming. Vancouver is certainly not a sleepy suburb anymore. It's growing into one of the most important small cities in the Pacific Northwest. Here's the line that I want you to remember. Marry the trajectory of the neighborhood, not the way it looks today. If you want help figuring out which of these zones fits your specific situation, your income, your timeline, and your goals, the link to book a call is in the description. 20 minutes, no pressure. We just look at where you are today and we build the path forward. If today is not your day to buy, we'll figure out which day it is. And if today is your day, we'll get the plan locked in so you can move when the right house in the right zone shows up. Until then, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.